Two witnesses. This is the key of what's going on in the last 3.5 years. These two guys are basically the whole focal point, but it's these two witnesses that are basically the whole show, if you will. Revelation 11:3 and 6. And I will appoint my two witnesses, and they will prophesy for 1260 days clothed in sackcloth. They have power to turn the waters into blood and strike the earth with every kind of plague as often as they want. Okay. Remember, when Moses led the Exodus, the 10 plagues didn't just happen. Moses actually had to hear from God, command the plagues, and then they came to pass. Why is that? Well, because God gave us dominion over this planet. God needs a person to work through. Moses said, I'll be that person. He tells Moses, say this, and it happens. So it's God's power, but he's working through Moses' words all the way through that whole time. I believe that's exactly what these two witnesses are going to be doing. They're going to be hearing the trumpets from God. Here's what we're going to call out, and they're going to command it to come forth. Here are the plagues or the bowls. They're going to hear from God, and they're going to call those out, and they're going to bring them to pass. And that's exactly what it says in verse 6. So, during this time frame, Israel flees. There's 42 months, and the two witnesses, I believe they are slightly staggered. They are not exactly with the same time frame of Israel fleeing. Here's why, is when they come back, they will actually be killed a day or so, and then they'll be in the street 3.5 days before they basically are resurrected. That gives them roughly a 5-day period, which is a little bit staggered from Israel. And then you have the 1207. So the two witnesses basically are through the last of the seals, all of the trumpets, all of the plagues, except for the last day. And they are not there for the thunders because they are basically already resurrected. That's why I believe what they're doing is they are basically calling these things down and bringing them to pass. What's interesting is, if this time frame is accurate, that means that the two witnesses will show up, if this 1260 days is accurate, right on Passover. It's amazing that every one of these things falls either on a high Sabbath or on a Jewish festival on the calendar, just with one assumption of this being Rosh Hashanah.